Welcome, Ileana Christian. We are in our second week in unveiling our new vision for Ileana Christian for the next 5 years. And as we've talked about the last few weeks, this is just complementary to what we do each and every day. But it's a focus that we're going to implement over the next 5 years. So last week we unveiled the vision statement, which is Ileana Christian developing a passion for God, people, and the world. And we kind of unpacked that a little bit. The second part of our vision is really unpacking each one of those things in a deeper level. So this week we're talking about how we develop passion for God. Next week will be people, and that's kind of the educational piece. And then the third piece will be how we impact that into the world. So today we're talking about developing a passion for God. And we have 3 or 4 things we really want to do with this. And when you're developing passion for God, it really starts with leadership. From the board to the administrators to the teachers, that on down. So we're really committed in the next 5 years to restructuring some of our leadership to make sure that these things get implemented. Because like any vision statement, it's only as good as how much of it you implement and how much you focus on it and get it done. So that's one of our big things, is restructuring a little bit of how we do things so that this stays first and foremost, that we never ever lose sight of the fact that we are developing a passion for God in each one of our students each and every day. A couple other things we want to do is sometime in the next 5 years, we're going to develop a new freshman Bible class. And this class will be first semester, so every freshman takes it. And it's really this class we're going to just pour into freshmen to, one, teach them about what it means to have a passion for God. We're going to teach them really foundational doctrines that we think they really need to know, like justification and sanctification, things that sometimes we take for granted, but we want to make sure basically we give them a common biblical language. We're going to teach them about spiritual disciplines. We're going to teach them how we're going to act and take care of each other. We're going to teach them all the things. So it's really this class that's a foundation for how we're going to do school throughout their 4 years of Ileana. So there's a lot of different things that will be there, but it's a basic, we're going to walk through the Bible, we're going to walk through the spiritual disciplines, we're going to teach them the doctrines, and really get every freshman on the same page. A few other things we're looking to do over the next 5 years is hire a few new people at the school to really focus on this. One would be a worship leader. As you know, we do a lot of different worship events at Ileana between chapels and the praise crowds. And we value those so much. We're one of the only schools that do 3 chapels a week. And praise crowds have become a really important part of the building. But this person would help lead those, but it would also be someone who helps empower our students to lead. One of the things I found over the last few years is that our kids don't want to play in front of people anymore as much. There's this pressure to it. We want this person to help lead and grow and teach kids how to lead, not only musically, but also in front of their peers, and really grow kind of the heart of our school, which is worship, which is one of the things we are created to do. They would also help run a lot of tech stuff. As you know, that's always been a little bit of a struggle for us. Another position we're looking to grow is the Director of Spiritual Development. Now, I've had that role for probably the last almost 10 years now, but as my roles change, that sometimes gets put on the back burner a little bit, which it shouldn't be. But this person not only would be in charge of all spiritual aspects of the school, but also really start pouring into our students on a deeper level. But he would coordinate, or she would coordinate, the chapels, the praise crowds, the impact club, the mission projects, all of it, so we're all pulling in the same direction. Also, this person would make sure that our curriculum, we always talk about teaching from a Christian perspective, and that is so important to us, but this person would make sure that that gets done. That it's just not an essay question at the end of a test to show how this applies to your faith, that all of our classes, each and every day, are teaching God and how we all react and move into Him. And the other thing this person would do is really make a concerted effort to bring our community together, to work with the churches, to work with the youth groups, because we're all on the same team. And the more we work together, the stronger we're going to be for growing our kids in the gospel. And finally, what we would like to do is really just, again, make sure that this is a passion that doesn't just, we write it on paper. It is just oozes out of us. Because I've always said at the end of the day, I mean, I have 2 girls. Education is important to our family. It is. But at the end of the day, what's most important is I want my kids to know and love Jesus Christ. And that's what we want for every one of your kids. So that's our second kind of focus. I look forward to sharing the third, fourth, and fifth over the next few weeks.